Hello, and welcome to the Small Business Tax Savings Podcast, powered by JETRO and Associates. Get ready for another action-packed episode from our team that will help you save time, taxes, and keep more money in your pocket.
Hello, listeners, and welcome to 2019. I hope everyone had a great new year. My name is Mike Jesowshek. I'm a CPA and founder over at JETRO. And as we enter this new year, 2019, I want to talk about some things to help you be prepared for tax season. Tax season is officially here, and I know just saying that probably gives you some anxiety as a small business owner. The good news is that tax season can be painless if you properly prepare for it. The bad news is that most of that preparation should have been done in 2018 already. So if you are now sitting here in 2019, you may have some extra work on your hands. However, there is still time to be prepared. You just need to make it your top priority as we enter this new year. As a business owner, one of the most important things for tax purposes is to get your bookkeeping completed. If you have no bookkeeping, you cannot file a tax return because you don't know what your income or expenses are. So first priority, get your books completed. In reality, this is something that should actually be done on a monthly basis throughout the year. Second priority is starting to gather your necessary tax documents. Throughout the month of January, you will be receiving all sorts of tax documents from many different resources. Be sure to put these on file and in a safe place where you can get to them when it comes for that tax preparation. Some example of items that you will want to start gathering now here as we enter 2019, tax forms. These can be W-2s, 1099s, 1098s, 1095s, K-1s, student loan interest, mortgage interest, real estate taxes, forms like that. You'll start to see them again coming through now in 2019. Be on the lookout for them and keep them on file so that you're ready for that preparation. Basically, if you see anything that looks important, it probably is, and put it on file. Some other things you might want to start gathering are medical expenses and charitable contributions. Compile records of all the medical expenses you paid, as well as charitable contributions that you made throughout the year so that you have a total of each. If you have a lot of these transactions, it would be good to keep them in an Excel document just so you have them on file and in one organized place. Bank and credit card statements. Download a copy from your bank and put it on file so that they are easily accessible if you need them down the road. Now is an easy time to grab those statements, so just take a couple minutes, grab them, download them, put them on file. Also gather payroll reports. If you have employees, download a year-end summary report from your payroll provider at year-end so you have the full year details, and that will help when it comes to tax prep as well. Receipts. The receipt piece is going to be important to have on file because they help support your business expenses. Always keep your receipts and be sure to write on them the who, the what, the where, the when, the why that explains what that expense was for. And this is going to be good again, so you have backup for the reason for the expense. You can organize them in a cloud-based program, or at the very least, keep a file broken down by month and year. Keep them on file so that you have that in case you ever need them down the road. And another thing to gather is prior year tax returns. These can be important when you're analyzing various tax situations, so be sure to keep a digital copy of these tax returns for both your business and your personal so that they can be referenced if needed. Especially if you are using a new account this year, they will want those prior years as kind of a base starting point. Finally, as we also enter into tax season, we enter into 1099 season. And as a reminder, I know we talked about this a lot, but as a reminder, 1099s are due by the end of January. You need to send the 1099 to any individual, company, contractor, vendor that you paid more than $600 or more to throughout the year in your business. This can include payments for rent, services, prizes, legal expenses, etc. Any personal payments that you may have made do not need a 1099 reported on. Now, there are some instances in which you paid a person or company $600 or more, but you do not have to issue them a 1099. And those exceptions are payments to CRS corporations, payments for merchandise, freight, or storage, payments made via credit, debit card, or PayPal, and payments made to employees. The payments made to employees would actually be reported on a W-2, not a 1099. Now, if it was a contractor that you paid, not an employee, then it would be a 1099. You can gather the information necessary to file a 1099 form by using Form W-9. If you want, you can just Google Form W-9, download it, send it to your vendors, asking them to fill it out and send it back to you, and then you'll have that information that you need on that W-9 form in order to fully send out a 1099 to that vendor. If you do not file a 1099 form, you may be hit with a per form penalty depending on how long past the deadline you are. You also may not be able to take that deduction should the IRS audit you. So these 1099s are very important to make sure that you get them out at the beginning of the year and get them out to your vendors as well as filed with the IRS. So these are some quick hit items to be better prepared for tax season as we get to that point in the year. Again, bookkeeping, make sure that's done, completed, accurate. That's going to be the number one thing that can get you to start doing that business tax return. And then the second priority is start to gather your necessary tax documents. As you see these forms come through, file them, document them, and keep record of them, including any kind of medical expenses, charitable contributions. Gather that information now. Have it prepared now. Get it off to your preparer. Get it off to your tax accountant. They'll be ready to file your tax return. I want to again thank you guys for listening today, and we'll see you next week.
This has been another episode of the Small Business Tax Savings Podcast from the team at JETRO and Associates. If you have any questions, feel free to email them. tax@jetrotax.com. We have packages for small business owners starting at just $75 a month. If you enjoyed our podcast, please take the time out to give us a 5-star review in iTunes or wherever you listen. This helps us to bring you useful tips to help you grow your small business. Thanks for listening and have a great day.